In the heart of Texas, a story emerged that's as haunting as it is mystifying. A young boy named Noel Rodriguez-Alvarez, just 6 years old, vanished without a trace. His disappearance left a void in the small town of Everman, a silence where once there was the sound of a child's joy. I'm Honest, and this is the tale of a missing child, a mother's unthinkable act, and a community forever altered. A year has passed since Noel was last seen, his absence a lingering question that has yet to find an answer. Today, we delve into the depths of this mystery, unraveling the threads of a case that has led to a mother's indictment for the most serious of crimes. Join me as we explore the details, the misdirections, and the somber truths of Noel's story. If Noel's story moves you, if it stirs something within you for justice and the truth, then I invite you to be part of this narrative. Hit like to spread the word, subscribe for the latest developments, and share this video to keep Noel's memory alive. Your engagement is powerful. It's a beacon of hope in the search for answers. Together, let's shine a light on Noel's story and ensure it's heard far and wide. This is True Crime with Honest, where every story counts and every voice can make a difference. Cindy Rodriguez-Singh faced the gravest of accusations as a Tarrant County grand jury delivered a chilling verdict. She was indicted on one count of capital murder, a charge that speaks to the severity of the alleged crime against her own flesh and blood, her 6-year-old son, Noel Rodriguez-Alvarez. The indictment didn't stop there. It also included 2 counts of injury to a child and 1 count of abandoning a child without intent to return. The case against Rodriguez-Singh is built on a foundation of disturbing allegations and a year-long investigation that painted a picture of a mother whose actions were inconceivable to many. Noel, whose body has yet to be found, was last seen alive in late October, a year before the indictment was handed down. The charges suggest a narrative that has shocked the community and law enforcement alike. The indictment was a pivotal moment in the case, marking a significant step forward in the quest for justice for Noel. It also supported efforts to extradite Rodriguez-Singh back to Texas from India, where she fled with her husband and 6 children, excluding Noel shortly after he was reported missing. The details of the indictment and the ongoing investigation have been reported by several news outlets, including NBC News, Law and Crime, Fox News, The New York Post, and CBS News Texas. Each source provides a piece of the intricate puzzle that law enforcement and prosecutors are trying to piece together in their pursuit of the truth. In a turn of events that raised eyebrows and suspicions, Cindy Rodriguez-Singh, alongside her husband and their 6 children, embarked on a flight to India in March 2023. The family's departure was hasty and shrouded in mystery, particularly because one crucial member was conspicuously absent, Noel Rodriguez-Alvarez, their 6-year-old son. This sudden international move came shortly after Noel was reported missing, a fact that did not escape the attention of the authorities. The absence of Noel from this family trip was not just alarming. It was a glaring red flag that prompted immediate action from law enforcement. The flight to India wasn't just a trip across the globe. It became a significant piece of the puzzle in the investigation into Noel's disappearance. The family's departure to India was not a well-kept secret. It was documented, and the details were scrutinized by the Everman Police Department. The fact that Noel was not among his siblings on that flight was a critical detail that would later play a significant role in the indictment of Cindy Rodriguez-Singh. As the investigation unfolded, the flight to India became a focal point for both the police and the community. Questions abounded. Why was Noel not with his family? What circumstances led to the family's sudden relocation? And most importantly, what did this mean for the fate of Noel? The flight to India was a piece of the narrative that would lead to a broader conversation about Noel's well-being and his mother's subsequent charges. It was a flight that signaled a departure from normalcy and a journey into the unknown, both for the family and for those seeking answers in the tragic disappearance of a young boy. In March 2023, a family's decision to board a plane to India would become a focal point in a harrowing case of a missing child. Cindy Rodriguez-Singh, her husband Arshdeep Singh, and their 6 children made the international journey, but it was who was not with them that caught the attention of the Everman Police Department and the world. Noel Rodriguez-Alvarez, the couple's 6-year-old son, was nowhere to be found. The flight was not a routine family relocation. It was a departure under the cloud of Noel's disappearance, which had triggered a welfare check at the family's home in Everman. The absence of Noel from this flight was not merely an oversight. It was a detail that would soon unravel into a narrative of concern, suspicion, and ultimately, indictment. The timeline is critical here. Noel was last seen in late October or early November of the previous year, around the time when his twin sisters were born in a hospital. This was the last confirmed sighting of the young boy, whose special needs made his absence all the more alarming. As the family settled in India, back in Texas, the search for Noel intensified. The Everman Police Department, along with U.S. Marshals, were piecing together the events that led to the family's sudden departure. The flight to India was not just a journey across continents. It was a flight from the questions that were now being asked with increasing urgency. The details of this flight and the subsequent actions of Cindy Rodriguez-Singh have been covered extensively by news outlets such as Fox News, Law and Crime, MSN, India Tribune, and the Times of India. These sources provide insights into the investigation's progress and the international efforts to bring Cindy Rodriguez-Singh to justice. As the case of Noel Rodriguez-Alvarez unfolded, investigators stumbled upon a peculiar anomaly that would add a grim dimension to the investigation. Just weeks before Cindy Rodriguez-Singh and her family hastily boarded a flight to India, leaving behind the young Noel, a significant home renovation took place, the pouring of new concrete on the porch of their Everman residence. This detail, seemingly mundane, raised red flags for the Everman Police Department. The family had expended their entire tax return on this rushed construction project, and peculiarly, Rodriguez-Singh had requested that the concrete be laid more thickly in one specific area. This unusual request, coupled with the timing of the renovation, prompted authorities to probe deeper. Despite the thorough search that ensued, with investigators combing through the freshly laid concrete and the soil beneath, no physical evidence was uncovered. Yet, the very act of pouring new concrete under such circumstances was significant enough to warrant an arrest warrant for Cindy and her husband, Arshdeep Singh, on charges of abandoning or endangering a child. The sources detailing these events, such as Wall Street PR and Law and Crime, provide a narrative that paints a picture of urgency and possible concealment, hinting at a desperate attempt to hide something, or perhaps someone. The concrete porch, now a silent witness to the events leading up to Noel's disappearance, remains a haunting reminder of the questions that linger in this tragic case. The story of Noel Rodriguez-Alvarez is one marred by allegations of severe abuse and neglect, as recounted by relatives and pieced together by investigators. The portrait they paint of the young boy's life under the care of his mother, Cindy Rodriguez-Singh, is nothing short of harrowing. According to these allegations, Noel's existence was plagued by cruelty. Reports suggest that Cindy Rodriguez-Singh subjected her son to physical abuse, using objects as mundane as keys to inflict pain upon the child. Such acts of violence were not isolated incidents, but part of a pattern of abuse that also extended to basic necessities of life. Noel, who had special needs, was reportedly often deprived of food and water. The reason for such deprivation, as per the allegations, was as trivial as it was cruel. Cindy Rodriguez-Singh did not want to change her son's diapers. This neglect points to a disturbing level of indifference towards Noel's well-being and basic human needs. The allegations extend beyond physical abuse to psychological torment. Relatives have described a household where Noel was treated differently, subjected to a regime of neglect and abuse that his siblings did not experience. This treatment has been characterized as both abusive and neglectful, painting a picture of a child who lived in a constant state of fear and deprivation. In the heart-wrenching saga of Noel Rodriguez-Alvarez, a twist that no one saw coming would add another layer of deceit to an already tragic tale. As investigators delved deeper, they uncovered a ploy that was as cunning as it was cruel. Cindy Rodriguez-Singh, in a desperate attempt to maintain the facade of normalcy, turned to deception. She orchestrated a ruse, one that involved a child not her own, to stand in for Noel. The plan was simple yet sinister. She asked a friend's son to impersonate her missing child at a doctor's office. The goal, to preserve the appearance that Noel was still with her and to safeguard the government benefits that came with his needs. This act of fraud, while clever, was short-lived. It wasn't long before the truth began to unravel, leading to more questions about Noel's well-being and whereabouts. As the community grappled with the reality of Noel's disappearance, the authorities pieced together the evidence. Each strand of deceit wove a larger web that Cindy Rodriguez-Singh could no longer escape. But the question remains, where is Noel? And how far did the deception go to hide a truth too painful to comprehend? In the shadows of doubt and the silence of a home now empty, a mother's words echo with a chilling resonance. Cindy Rodriguez-Singh, the mother of young Noel Rodriguez-Alvarez, harbored beliefs that would send shivers down the spine of any who heard them. She spoke of her son, a boy of only 6, with words that no child should ever be burdened with. She called him evil, possessed, as if a demon had taken residence in his innocent form. This belief, dark and foreboding, may have played a role in the unfathomable events that unfolded, a belief that perhaps clouded a mother's love, leading to a tragedy that has left a community in mourning and a world grappling for answers. As the night whispers through the empty spaces where laughter should dwell, we are left to wonder, what role did these chilling beliefs play in the fate of young Noel? In the pursuit of justice, the wheels turn across continents. Cindy Rodriguez-Singh, once a mother in the eyes of her community, now stands indicted, her name etched in the annals of a case that has gripped the heart of Texas. Charged with the most heinous of crimes, the capital murder of her son, Noel Rodriguez-Alvarez, her fate hangs in the balance as legal proceedings take a pivotal turn. The indictment is not just a piece of paper, it's a clarion call for accountability, a step closer to unraveling the truth behind a year of silence and secrets. Now, as efforts intensify, the goal is clear: to bring Cindy Rodriguez-Singh back from India to Texas, to stand before the law, to answer for the charges laid against her. It's a legal odyssey that spans thousands of miles, but for the sake of a young soul lost, no distance is too great, no effort too formidable. The scales of justice are poised, waiting to balance the weight of evidence against the plea for mercy. And as the world watches, one question remains: will justice be served? In the heart of Everman, Texas, a new beacon of hope and joy rises, a playground that echoes with the innocence of childhood. It's more than a place of play. It's a monument to a life that touched many, a young soul named Noel. Here, the community has chosen to remember Noel Rodriguez-Alvarez not with the darkness of the past, but with the light of his spirit. They've named this place in his honor, a touching tribute to a boy they've come to know as an angel. This playground stands as a testament to the resilience of a community, to their collective heart that refuses to be defined by tragedy. Instead, they've created a sanctuary where laughter drowns out sorrow, where play conquers pain. And though the name of his mother has been consciously omitted, it is Noel's name that will be whispered here with every breeze, with every game, with every joyful shout. It's here, in this haven of happiness, that Noel's memory is enshrined, not as the evil his mother claimed, but as the angel the community knows he was. In the ever-evolving case of Noel Rodriguez-Alvarez, the search for truth presses on. Authorities are diligently working to construct a timeline of Noel's final days, an effort that's as painstaking as it is crucial. Each piece of evidence, each testimony, is a step toward piecing together the actions that culminated in the indictment of Cindy Rodriguez-Singh. The story of Noel, a tale that has captured the hearts of many, remains unfinished. As we await further developments, we hold on to the hope that justice will be served and that the memory of Noel will be honored with the truth. For those who have followed Noel's story, your support has been invaluable. Stay with us as we continue to follow this case. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to never miss an update on this and other stories. Together, we seek justice. Together, we remember Noel.